Hello! It is absolutely glorious today. It's Friday evening and I've been running around like a lunatic, and only now have I got a chance to get into the tunnel and do a little bit of gardening and attempt to cut a little bit of grass and clear a few bits. I just wanted to show you in the tunnel. Oh, first of all, I quickly hammered this together as a potting station. I asked the local co-op if I could take 2 of their pallets. I just saw them lying around when Rob was getting the copper pipes for the solar tubes. They said, yeah, take away. So I picked 2 of the similar size and I just sort of turned them into a workstation, and it's really great because it's nice and high. And I've just soaked it now because I just watered all these plants on top of it, which I really shouldn't do. But I'm running out of trays and all pots and all sorts of things, so needs must at the moment. The little shelf underneath actually wasn't a pallet. That was part of a wardrobe, I think, that was in the house when we came. Anyway, it's really solid, and yeah, really happy. I popped it on some concrete blocks so that it won't rot, I hope. I might even paint it. What do you think, Lofty? What should we do? The beans, I just wanted to show you quickly. I put 2 lots of beans in and they absolutely exploded. These are from Lidl. These are French beans. These get really tall. They're climbers. So yeah, I need to set up something for those. If you remember back along in a different episode, we cleared out a couple of beds from the house and I kept the insides of the mattresses. Well, that's going to be the climbing frame for my beans once I dig it out. But they literally exploded, and now I'm not ready for them because these are going to go probably up here in the field by the onions. But these ones here that are on top of the potting bench were inside the same tray and they exploded. And so I've just potted those all on for now, just to kind of buy me a bit of time. These ones are yellow dwarf ones, also from Lidl. I'd say every single seed germinated. They were a great buy. Can't tell you how much they were now, but anyway, really, and they're stringless, yellow stringless beans. So, and dwarf, so they don't need anything to climb on. So I'm hoping to put those in a bed outside, right outside the farmhouse. But we haven't even made those beds. So really buying a bit of time here with the potting. I didn't know then, because these beans really have to be potted on as well. So I'm actually just gonna plop the whole lot into this fish box and just hope that they'll survive in that for a little bit longer until I'm ready. Everything else is coming along really nicely. The tomatoes are happy. They ain't going to be happy for so much longer in these pots. So again, they all need to be sorted. I had a slug problem, which I sorted with many things, and I think I may have showed you. I popped some seaweed around them. I tried a bit of builder's lime. I tried a bit of salt, and that seems to be the end of the slugs at the moment. But I also came out and picked the slugs off every night. These are also beans, which have put a mountain of seaweed around to try and because they're going to have to stay in the ground tonight, and I'm worried about the slugs here as well. But look, we'll see how we go. The whole tunnel needs to be revamped really, so that I can really get these tomatoes in, because I don't want to pot these tomatoes into anything else. They really need to go in the ground. Lots of people were talking about the flowers for the bees. Somebody did mention about how they love the sunflowers, and I absolutely love sunflowers, so these are really coming along nicely. Teddy bear and sunspot dwarf. So yeah, these ones, this is peas. These will just have to hang on in there for a bit longer. Kind of like, not so great now, actually, the propagation of those. I don't know if it was me or if it's just they just weren't great anyway. Certainly not as good as the little beans. These are evening sunflowers, moonwalker. These are peppers. These peppers really should be potted on. but I just haven't had a chance yet to do anything with those. Giant head sunflowers, looking forward to those as well. Although, it does look like, I hope that's not slug damage there. Anyway, yeah, we'll see. And then these are all cucumbers. They're okay at the moment, but they really do need to get into the ground. They're going into the polytunnel. Again, these peas were pretty crap as well. Early onwards. Yeah. Really not great. I might actually get another packet of peas and give another go on the peas. Nothing from the leeks. Bit of a fail there. And then the broad beans are the next thing that really have to get going as well as the squash. We have patty pan squash that I'd seen on the newbies, and black beauty squash. So looking forward. That I really will have to pot those on before they go out. They're too small yet, but they really need to come out of these trays. So lots going on. Then I installed, Rob had a bit of a brainwave, as he does sometimes, and so he thought maybe we could get some microgreens going. So this drain pipe that came off the back of the house, I've one here and I have another one on the other side. This drain pipe has a rocket, all sorts of salad leaves in here all the way along. So I'm hoping that that will produce something. It's a bit of an experiment. I don't think, although Rob will probably tell me we did do this before. I don't really remember spending a lot of time doing this before in the drain pipe. And then this one, this drain pipe, I'm going to put my strawberries in. I had some strawberries up in a bed that I made last year when we came, and there's no sign of them. So I'm not sure if what I did, but they're not looking great. I even put some compost on them, but no strawberries. So these strawberries are ready to go, and they need to go into this drain pipe arrangement here as well. So that's the tunnel. Things have kind of suddenly got going in here now, especially with the bench. The bench is so super handy for potting things up. Previously I was literally working on the ground or on this tiny little table. So yeah, huge improvement. So that's the tunnel for now. I haven't really got any news, huge news outside. Oh yes, there's one more thing. My first earlies are all coming up, so they need to be mounded up here as well. So all my first earlies are up. Yeah, so that's another job. And the grass here is getting mighty. Also my second earlies have to go in. That's the bed there ready for them. So I do need to do that as well. So that's really where we are with the tunnel. Collecting loads of seaweed. Gonna do a mass of seaweed fertilizer as well. And it's just such a gorgeous day. Such a beautiful day. Really just lounging around on the grass because it's too hot. Yeah, it's really just gorgeous.
Good morning from a gorgeous West Cork. Look at that. Orange thing in the sky. It's sun. Today, I really want to get the plasterboard up, which means I kind of need to tidy up a little bit. I got to move some of these things so I can bring the hoist in. And I got to free up the plasterboard. I actually took out our hood because I want to take some measurements to cut this out. There is a little bracket that goes on the back here to hang it. I think I might just fit that just to keep it out of the way for the time being, and I'll come back when all the plasterboard is up and I'll maybe fit these. Okay, let me just get it up and position it as a few measurements to go. See how that works out. Oh, I actually can't find anything. I spent the whole day yesterday editing. I can't remember where I put anything. Can't find a screw. Can't find a drill. I'll be back. Damn it. How am I meant to fit this in? Oh my god. Good actually, except that it's upside down. Why? Okay, right, how do we do this? Oh shit. Yeah. My dilemma is where to place this bad boy. The wall at the back is fairly straight, I believe. However, the wall here is at a huge angle. And the wall at the side is at a huge angle. My thoughts were to put this board straight up here because we have a beam. But now I'm thinking, this beam is not, it can't be at 90 degrees. Will I have anything straight? I just want a straight line here. So for example, because this wall is at an angle, I could put these up and trim every single one to fit, or I could fit them all from here and maybe stagger that one, and then I just cut small bits to go there, cut them to size, it'll be easier to maneuver. I actually might do that. That way I can avoid cutting a hole here. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I might do that actually. Let me see if I can squeeze that in. Of course, I need to mark where the pendants are coming from. Because of course I did not do that. It'd be a smart guy move. I have to mark. Okay, there. Walls aren't level. It's not the easiest actually. Why do I never remember to mark the joists? Our new neighbours have moved in next door. They're having the fun. Rooney, why aren't you going out to them? Come on. Come on. Go. Rooney's a bit scared. What a lovely view from your front door, eh? Rush hour traffic in West Cork. Are you scared, Drew? Charming. Look at a baby, Ruby. You want to go in and play with her? Right, so that's 2 plasterboards up. I am going to save this for the end. I have 2 more full plasterboards, and then I'll start working on the small stuff. This got a little bit messy. It's been up there for a while, but I'm actually going to put that at the top above the cabinets because it's a bit dirty and no one's going to see it. For the next row, rather than putting 2 plasterboards up, I reckon I'm going to cut the first one in half and put up half one of the plasterboards, then put up a full plasterboard, then a half at the end. It will mean extra joints. Well, I'll measure this and see how much of an angle is up there. Maybe it's going to be okay to stick it up. Looks quite narrow there, but yeah, I'll just have a look at that. Get back to you. Damn it. I'm a gem. I'm a doctor, not a doctor. Well, that's not looking too bad now, is it? We have a nice little bit done. I'm kind of glad that I went for it here. It's not exactly perfect, but once you slide up another piece of plasterboard, it'll look less bad. So I just need one piece here, and it's interesting, like the back is straight, but you can kind of see the angle. I'm kind of glad I didn't start on this side, because I just have the wonky bit at the central beam. And I think because it's a central piece, I just want the plaster work to be as good as possible near it. So pretty glad we went this way. Overall, I'm pretty happy with that. This is just all going pretty good. I did another bit you'll have seen where I have a join in between 2 beams just because I pushed over that way. I didn't want to line it up with this beam just because I'm going to have a funky angle here anyway. This is a lot wider here, so I thought, why not? And it's grand to do it that way. I'm not sure if I'll put OSB or plasterboard up in here, but I'm going to try and cut. I'm going to try and cut this one, and I'm going to try and work my way back. And I might leave this and let Claire do the installation. It was a real manky job. She's very good at things like that. Yeah, let's go. So I'm just going to cut my last little sliver here, fit it in. You won't see these. There'll be cabinets there. Oh shit. And look at this one. This is a helper. Her name is it Claire? I think you come to help every now and then when you're not off gallivanting. Is that right?
Sometimes.
Where have you been today?
I was at an apiary that my tutor arranged this afternoon. And then I had to take Ash to school to go and spend the night with his friend. So, you know, gotta fit in all these things around the installation.
As you're fitting it in. Claire tells me it's 35 degrees in the Polytunnel today, Celsius, and it's 11 a.m. It's a glorious day down here in West Cork. Spring has proper sprung. Spring has sprung, the wildlife is amazing. I'm feeling rotten from having the tooth pulled, having the antibiotics, getting sick. One of the commenters from maybe last week said that get yourself checked. It's maybe not a cold, but it's maybe sinus infection. I woke up not last night, the night before, and all this behind my eye was all like pain, kind of really compression feeling. So, and my noses are blocked. So yeah, it's had sinus infection. And when the weather's brilliant, I hate it when I gotta work indoors, but I doubly hate it once I'm sick. So ain't had much sleep, but you know, I've said it once or said it twice before. When you take on a project like this on your own, there ain't anybody else that's going to come to do it, so it doesn't really matter how you feel. I never actually have sinus issues at all, ever. I actually never have any problems full stop, really. Never even been in hospital. Never broken a bone. But anyway, my sinuses, I never normally have a problem because I free dive and I do a neti pot, which is like a sinus rinse. Done that for a very long time. So I don't know how to deal with sinus infections. Any ideas, do let me know. Completely over this. We're going into summer, very busy time. It's a pain in the ass being sick. What else? Yeah, there's been a few comments about how kind of the place is a mess and how do we work in it. Your guess is as good as mine. We struggle to even have time to get organized, but we have a plan. It's like we're like 90% focused on momentum to get the house done. We've 10% that we kind of give to some outdoor maintenance, some indoor maintenance, including tidying, some family stuff, and whatever else we have to do. Actually live in this house. We have a caravan where we spend a lot of our time, and we have lovely outdoors. We sit out, we eat out, we do a lot. We don't spend a lot of time in here. We rush the kids to get up into their space. Their space isn't done, it's like half done, but this is what they wanted. They wanted to be out of the caravan, so we paused the build just to get their space half done, and then we came back down to the build. So technically I suppose they are living in the build, but our build is divided into the old house and the new section. We're just working flat out in the new section now, and the old house is kind of just, it is what it is. We'll come to that as soon as we'll come to the old house as soon as the new house is done. It's not ideal. It just seems to work for us, and you know, these projects, when you do it yourself on a limited budget and a limited time frame, it's all about compromise. So we're hoping we're getting the compromise right. Anyway, enough waffle. Today, Claire is going to give me an assist and get all of this vapor barriered, and then I can just plow on and just get the drywall up, which is going to be tricky because our drywall is right here. So I need to take off this and I need to pin up these cables, just get everything looking good and ready for installation. To drill through the wall here, I need to find a height for our external lights. I need to put this sensor, this black cable, out with my pipes. I have external lights going right here as well, so I need to drill that through. I might do that first. Then I might tidy up this, and then I'll get back to finish off the drywall down there in that corner. That sounds like a plan to me. I'll get started and take you with us. Oh, it's too hot, guys. It's too hot. But look at that sun and blue sky. We'll take it. Will you take it, Roo? Is it too hot for you, girl? Hey? way too hot. So, okay. What I want to do is there are going to be 2 lights on the front of the house, which is the back of the house, but you know what I mean. There's 1 light here, and I want another light on the other side of the farmhouse. And then we have a light just next to the bedroom door and a light next to the kitchen door. I was thinking about putting 2 lights next to the back door, and then on the front we've 2 lights next to the front door. But I figured I didn't really want to mess with the 1 meter of stone wall, so I think this is quite a nice alternative to have a light here at the back and a light on the other side. So it's like the farmhouse here. This is where you see the farmhouse at this side at the back. The front of our building, which was the back of the farmhouse, is completely covered by our larch cladding. So you get to see the nice farmhouse. I didn't want to mess with it too much, so I'm thinking roughly we want to put the light up here. Between the top of this window and the bottom of that window, we want to be about halfway. These houses were never like built to perfect plans. It was more kind of a general style, and that's what we're going with. We don't need things to be perfect around here. So we're looking at about, I want to say the middle, but then I don't want to put it in the middle. I'll put it here. Yeah, that's good enough. How about that? Cash me outside. How about that?
Just popped out of the tunnel. Thought I'd just show you very quickly. We are looking at, now I've just opened both doors, but prior to me, I don't know if you can even see that, but anyway, if you can, prior to me opening both doors in the tunnel, it was 34 degrees. It's now 30 degrees, because just left a little bit of a breeze through, kind of thinking that's a little bit too hot. And all my microgreens are up in my drain pipe, so that's super exciting. There's a lot to do in here, and tomorrow we are going to tackle the tunnel.
I'd say start in the other corner, Claire, work your way up, and we should actually move that because I'm going to need access to it as well, you know. Right, what do we got? What's wrong? Claire used this as a splashback to her kitchen for quite some time, and it's got one hell of a curve in it. I'm not sure it's going to work, but I'm going to try to use this to press it into place. I think it might crack, but if it fits, I might just throw a load of screws in it, see if it'll stay. What do you reckon, Claire?
Yeah, I actually don't know how it ended up that way.
It was leaning against the window.
Oh, the sun.
Yeah, well, it's not the sun, it was just at an angle. Like, they should be sort of flat, really.
Oh, I see. So
But
anything standing up then was going to bend.
pretty much, yeah. What are the odds, Claire? I'm giving you 50-50, or do you think it's more likely to crack?
I think it's going to be 100%. Be very positive.
Positivity killed the cat, as they say.
What?
How the fudge will we fit this in over all the cables? Claire?
Yeah?
Do you know we had one Coke left?
Yeah, I think I put it in the fridge.
I know, but I think I hid it somewhere. I can't remember where I hid it.
You took it out of the fridge.
I think I hid it from our offspring. I can't remember where I hid it. I'm wondering if it's behind the wall somewhere. Could you imagine?
No. That's actually... It's quite a cool thing to do. Put something behind the wallet.
Yeah, but not one of my Cokes. Anyone that has teenagers knows that they're like hoovers. Anything nice, they're like...
Disappears from the fridge. Seconds.
Everything disappears. So there was one can of Coke Zero left in the fridge from some food we got last week. And I thought I hid it somewhere so the kids wouldn't get it. But now I'm thinking about it, I'm wondering if I hid it behind some of that OSB or the plasterboard. How badly do I want a can of Coke, Claire?
I say no, glass of squash will do you right.
Squash? Courgettes?
Squash. Actually, what do they call it in America? Cordial?
I don't think, do they have that in America?
I don't know.
Lemonade?
In America, do you have like concentrated orange that you put it dilute with water? I call it squash.
In Ireland, your average person called it diluted. Can I have a glass of diluted?
True. I forgot about that. That's so weird.
Your posh person would say, I'll have a glass of cordial, please. And your blowing with English origins would say, I'll have some squash. So what do you always ask for?
I don't know why I call it squash.
And then I tell Claire that I don't want any courgettes. No, thank you.
Oh, covered in dust.
Is it time for a cold drink with some of our ice? I really need to connect the freezer so we can make
the
our
water
ice.
not?
No.
There's ice in the
Interesting.
freezer.
Interesting how my brain goes. And now on crack cam. Okay, it's the bed. Let's hammer it up. Get a flat, then put them under pressure. Oh gosh. Do 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 do. Moment of truth, Claire. Will it hold if I let it down? I don't know, horse. Looks mega. Look at those chickens.
Great.
Unreal how it worked. 44.8. 44.8. 44.8 and 36.8. 44.8. 36.8. 180. Comment below if you get the reference. Well, now I can't remember what it was. 44.8 and 36.8. Of course I know. I'm over the roof now, Claire.
Sorry?
I'm over the roof. My arm's fierce bad from holding the drill up.
Really? Yeah.
Couldn't imagine doing this without the hoist, Claire. It's about 6 o'clock. We're wrapping up early. We're gonna go for a swim. A little bit of family time. I feel a bit guilty, but it's only sunny for a week. See you tomorrow. Actually, that's what I got done. But Claire finished all of this. Just remember, I don't think I've seen the round tower over there. Look at that.
Oh, that's very cool.
Huh. It's not a round tower, it's a kiln for lime, I'd say. Pop down to the old, oh, which way are we going? Curving here. The local beach boys. Oh, you can really see sharking, or what's
the fast net?
The fast net, yeah. That's really cool.
It seems really far in, Rob. Doesn't it?
Far in or far out, man.
Looks pretty good.
It's lovely. Boiling. Come on, so Claire. I don't know what the problem is. What's the hold up, Claire? Come on, Claire. More energy. I thought you were getting in and getting out, Claire.
I am.
Oh,
I'm so giddy. How'd you get out?
it's gorgeous. They say the water is 2 months behind the air, so we're still on February time here.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I didn't know this.
It'll be lovely in September. Hyperventilate, Wim Hof. Get your head under and then I will. The pressure. That was almost too quick, I missed. Take 2.
No, I think I'm done. I think I'm very much done.
More passion, more energy, more passion, more energy, more cracks in the water. It's boiling now, Claire.
Bye, Rob. What's waterproof? The whole thing?
What?
The whole thing was waterproof.
It's 10 meters, yeah. I have a different housing for when I go freediving.
Let's have a look under the water. Well done, Ash. Yeah.
More energy and more passion, okay?
Go on.
No, I didn't.